You know how some places just feel wrong? Like the very walls have soaked up all the pain and sorrow that happened there. Well, today we're diving into a story just like that. A seriously chilling tale about an old, abandoned asylum and the four friends who learned the hard way that some doors should really, really stay shut. All right, so picture this. On the outskirts of town, there's this old, decaying asylum. It's been empty for years, but the locals, well, they haven't forgotten about it, not by a long shot. This place has a reputation, and trust me, it's not a good one. And that right there, that's the heart of it all. It's not just a creepy old building to the townspeople. It's more like a container. The belief is that the souls who suffered there, they never left. And that single idea changes everything. The asylum isn't just a place anymore. It's a presence. And we're not talking about vague campfire stories here. The rumors are specific, and they are terrifying. People swear they've seen shadowy figures of old inmates just drifting down the hallways. And anyone who gets too close claims they can hear whispers, voices in the dead silence of the night. A haunted place is just a story, until someone is foolish enough to go test it. And that's exactly where our main characters come in. One dark and stormy night, a group of friends decides to see if the local legends are true. And this, right here, is the point of no return. So, let's meet them. Rohan, Aisha, Karan, and Neha. They're your classic thrill seekers, bonded by that dangerous mix of curiosity and the feeling that they're invincible. They were just looking for a good scare, but they had no idea they were walking straight into a trap. And just like that, they're in. The story describes this awful, groaning sound as the heavy door swings open. That's the sound of the outside world disappearing. That's the sound of a much darker, older world welcoming them inside. The very first thing that hits them isn't something they see, but the air itself. It's heavy, stale, like it hasn't moved in 50 years. It's this oppressive feeling, almost like the building itself is suffocating them, giving them a little taste of the decay inside. So they're creeping down this long, dark hallway. Their only light is from their phones, making these long, dancing shadows. And every single door they pass is another mystery, another forgotten life. They don't even think about opening them. Well, not yet. But of course, you know how these things go. Way, way at the end of the hall, there's one door that's different. It looks like it hasn't been touched in forever. It's just sitting there practically screaming at them to come and investigate. And yep, there it is, room 13. I mean, come on, if that's not a giant flashing warning sign, I don't know what is. It's not just a room number anymore. It's an omen. A very, very bad omen they're about to completely ignore. So they push open the door to room 13, and they step right into the heart of the asylum's whole dark secret. This is where the fun and games stop. This is where they find the one thing that explains everything. The room itself is basically empty. Just a bed, a chair, a table. But sitting on that table, under a thick blanket of dust, is the asylum's secret. A diary. A personal account of whatever horror infected this place. So you have to wonder, right? What could possibly be written in some old, forgotten book that's so powerful it could haunt an entire building? Well, as Rohan opens it up, they're all about to find out. And boom, there it is, the origin story. A patient who thought they were a god, who thought they were above everything, and who ended up trapped. Not just in a room, but in a place you can never, ever leave. This isn't just history, folks. It's a prophecy. The second they read that, the whole vibe just shatters. The excitement is gone. It's replaced by this cold, deep-seated fear. The game is over. It is time to get out of there, right now. They don't walk. They bolt. They're just scrambling back down that long, dark corridor, flying past all those other doors. The only thing on their mind is getting to that main door and back out into the night. And then you get that one, single, horrifying moment that changes everything. The main door, the one they just pushed open, it won't move. It's locked, sealed shut. And just like that, they're trapped inside with the story they just finished reading. As that terror is sinking in, a voice just cuts through the air, a whisper that seems to come from everywhere at once. And it's not just a question. It's an accusation. They weren't invited. They trespassed. And now they're going to have to answer for it. So this is it. This is the final act. There's no more running. There's no more hope. The friends are about to come face to face with the very legend they were looking for. And then they see it. A figure just forms out of the shadows, the source of the whispers. It's the spirit from the diary, and it's been waiting for them this whole time. Now, here's the part that is truly chilling. The spirit says the exact same words from the diary, but this time it's not talking about itself. It's talking about them, the four friends. They too acted like they were gods, invincible, and now they're sharing the author's fate. It's this perfect, terrifying loop. And the story doesn't end with some big, loud scream. It ends quietly. They just fade away. They become part of the darkness in the asylum, their story now just another layer to its horrible legend. And with that, 4 new souls are added to the asylum's collection. The story of Rohan, Aisha, Karan, and Neha is now part of the haunting. The cycle is complete, but it's also ready to begin again. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? What other horrors are just lying dormant in these forgotten places, waiting for the next curious person to come looking?